Spend any time looking into how you can make your motorcycle faster, and you are very quickly gonna find a lot of mods that make your motorcycle lighter. Guys will spend thousands of dollars to get carbon fiber wheels to drop the weight of their motorcycle by a few pounds. But what if there was a way that costs basically nothing that could help you drop 5, 10, even 20 pounds off the weight of your motorcycle and you didn't even know about it? Today, I'm gonna be testing that out to see if losing rider weight can make a motorcycle faster. You see, unlike a car, the power to weight ratio on a motorcycle is far more impacted by the rider's weight. Let me show you. For example, your average sports car like this 2025 Super here is gonna weigh something like 3,500 pounds. If you're a 240 pound dude like I used to be, you are only 6% of the weight of the total car. Now, let's contrast that with my Aprilia Tuono 660. This thing's coming in at a weight of 403 pounds, meaning that my weight is literally 60% of the weight of the total motorcycle. What happens if I lose some of that? Can I get faster on track? That's what we're gonna find out. Hey guys, future Chase here. Sorry to interrupt this awesome video that you're about to enjoy, but in the last Aprilia Creator Grand Prix video, I was incorrect in that was the last one with codes. This video is the last one with the codes. I'm not gonna go over it. 6 codes, you get points per code. Do it at creatorgp.com. Win up to $50,000 worth of free stuff going on. So find the codes, put them in that website, win free stuff. That's the whole thing. They're hidden all through the video. They look like this, makes that sound effect. Okay, enjoy the video. Good luck finding the codes. Now, this was me about 2 months ago. At the time, I weighed in just over 240 pounds. My Tuono was bone stock, and I was honestly so embarrassed with how much I actually weighed, I didn't even put it on the screen. I just showed you guys how much I weighed with my gear, so that way I could hide the truth. Today, I'm gonna be exposing everything to see if less of me means more speed on the track. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. When I first came up with the idea for this video, I was authentically really excited to find out, can actually losing weight make you faster on a motorcycle? And it wasn't until I got into the writing of this video, like literally putting down the outline, that I came to the realization that to actually make this video the way I want to, I was going to have to put something out into the internet that I was the literal most self-conscious about in my entire life, and that is weight and my health. Now, I'm sure, like a ton of you guys out there, I've had different seasons and different phases of my life. Sometimes I'm eating right, I'm working out, I'm feeling great about myself. And then there's the phase I'm in right now and have been for the last, 4 years or so, where I try to do stuff, I can't do anything consistently. You start getting helpless, feeling like, what is even the point of trying to do this?
I'm just gonna be fat and happy the rest of my life.
But I'm hoping that by making this part of this whole Aprilia Grand Prix series, it'll be the little bit of push I need to get my health ball rolling in the right direction. Now guys, the best way to do this is establish some dates in this video so we all can keep up with the timeline. So the first date is July 28th. That was the day of the very first weigh-in, in which I weighed a whopping 241 pounds. Yes, I'm not really happy about it. The second date that is very important is September 29th. This is the day of the Aprilia Creator Grand Prix and the day that I need to be the absolute lightest so I can go as fast as possible. The third and final date you will see in Exhibit C here. That is September 25th, the day that this video that you're watching is going to technically end, where I will be back at Atlanta Motorsports Park, where I will, hopefully if this video goes well, lose weight, and we will get to find out if losing weight actually makes you faster on the track. That means I have 2 months to lose as
much weight as I possibly can.
Here's how I'm thinking I'm going to tackle this challenge. Also, this should go without saying, obviously, but nothing in this video should be taken as fact. I'm just a regular dude trying to get healthier.
Yeah, don't do that.
Make sure to consult with your own doctor before you make your own health choices. Also, don't sue me. Now, for the first month, my goal was really just to get in a healthier rhythm and figure out how I could fit this stuff into my routine and start tracking things so I could get a better understanding of what situation I was even in. Now, the first step of that was downloading a calorie counting app so I could try to get an understanding of what was even coming in here. After getting a lot of recommendations by a lot of people, I ended up liking an app called Macro Factor. This is not a sponsor at all, but it was the app that I liked the way it looked the most, and it was relatively easy to track my calories. Even with how easy it made to track my calories, I still had a kind of a hard time. You guys can imagine, like, the days where you're rushing, you don't have a lot of time. The last thing I want to do is like,
Hold on, before I eat this healthy food that I'm not interested in at all, let me pull my phone out and start tracking the calories and weigh stuff.
Overall, for the month of August, I think I only missed like 3 days. So all in all, for a guy that was new to tracking all of his calories, I'm going to consider that a win. During this first month, I also had 2 other things that I was really trying hard to add to my daily routine. Thanks to tracking all of my calories, well, almost all of my calories, but you guys are going to see how good I did with that later in the video. But regardless, I was tracking my calories so that way I could actually see the macros that were coming in based on my diet. That's your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. Now, for my calorie number, I did not want to exceed over 1,800 calories, and for protein, I wanted to get at least 200 grams of protein in every single day. Now, I'm not an expert. These are the numbers I did the research on, but if you're like me and you don't know what you're doing, Macro Factor makes it super simple. You can put in your weight goal, your date, and a couple other facts about like how much you're working out and stuff like that. It'll give you these numbers for you, which was super cool. Very thankful. Glad to have that out. So that was the eating information figured out. I still had to eat correctly every single day, but at least I knew the information I was trying to go for. But now the hard work started where I had to actually be hitting these goals on the eating side. That's the food stuff figured out. Now it's time for the other thing that I was trying to get in my daily routine, and that was at least 4 workouts every single week. Now, as far as what those workouts were, that's where I'm, again, a total noob, so I just had to find an app that I ended up liking. Now, again, not a sponsor, but the app I ended up grabbing and really enjoyed was an app called Smart Gym. Now, one of the things I realized in this whole situation was if I was going to make working out something I do consistently, I had to make it as frictionless as possible, which meant using our extra bedroom as a workout room. Now that way, if I wanted to get a workout in, all I had to do was come upstairs and boom, I'm here. It's as easy as I could possibly make it for myself. One of the things I ended up really liking about Smart Gym, and probably the reason I keep using it, is because you can literally tell it what equipment you have and it'll build your workout only using that equipment. And as you guys can see, I don't have a lot. I've got this treadmill, I've got some dumbbells, I got a few kettlebells, and then I have this workout bench. So what I could do is I just went into the app, literally told it everything I have access to, and then you tell it, you know, what body part you want to work and how long you want your workouts to be, and it will create an entire plan for you, which is exactly what I was looking for in this part of the journey that I'm on. Now, working out and counting my calories consistently was challenging, but I was making it work. And one of the really weird things was the timing of everything. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never figured out the right time for me to do my workouts. There were some days I would do my workout in the morning after I traded off parenting duties with Heather. Like as soon as I dropped Leo off with her, boom, I'm up here working out, and I would get it in before my day started. Some days I would have to wait till I got done working with all my YouTube stuff, and then I could do my workout at the end of the day before I started cooking dinner. Hell, I think there were some times where I was like, I'm not gonna have time in the morning, I'm not gonna have time in the afternoon, I guess I'll just do it at lunch. If I'm gonna be honest, guys, I never found a rhythm that I could really just stick to the entire time. And that's one of the things I realized in this whole process is this whole YouTube job, it's totally different every single day. Some days I have plenty of time and I can make whatever work. Other days, that's hilarious. I have no time. I'm so far behind, and it just kind of fluctuates and flows back and forth. The only thing I did consistently every single day was weigh in the first thing I did in the morning. And I'm so glad I did that, because now looking back at this entire challenge, I have so much data that I can analyze and look through thanks to weighing in every morning and making that part of my morning routine. Now, if we look at my weight, you can actually see that it fluctuated a lot, but the overall trend, which is that brighter purple line that you're seeing, was headed in the right direction. Now, during this month, I felt like I was making good progress, but by the end of the month, I felt like I was working my butt off and I wasn't seeing enough results from that. After 30 days of my little makeshift weight loss plan, I had come down 7.3 pounds to a total weight of 233.7 pounds. Now, on a normal month, I would have probably been really excited about this. I remained consistent with my diet, I was working out, I was overall moving in the right direction. The problem was, after seeing that much work and how much weight I had actually lost, I started getting worried that if I kept up with this path, I wouldn't even end up losing enough weight to really matter at the end of the overall challenge. You know, it was about this point in time with the whole process that I had seen how much effort it had took to lose that weight, and I honestly really felt like I had deserved to lose more weight. And these were feelings I had had in the past, and I knew where these feelings led. I feel like I had done a lot of work and I deserved to lose more weight. Then I start getting this little victim mentality of like, well, my body's different and everybody else's information is wrong and this is just a me thing. That leads to me jumping ship, playing this whole little victim card like it's not my fault, it's my body's fault. That leads me down a really bad path, and that is when I realized that I am not going to be able to continue to do this and get the gains that I want to have by myself. So that's when I decided I'm going to call in a buddy, because at this point, I had worked my butt off for 30 days and I only had 7 pounds to show for it. Now, unfortunately, I ain't got the funds to hire some personal trainer to help me boost where I'm going with this challenge. So I did what every normal person would do and started thinking through my friends that were healthy that I thought I could call up that would help me out. And when I started thinking through my friends, I had one guy pop into my brain that I knew I had to contact, and that is my buddy Brent. I have known this guy for like a decade. Most of you guys know him as Motonosity. If that's not familiar to you, he used to have a phenomenal motorcycle channel. It was absolutely huge. Ended up taking a break for a while for personal reasons. If enough of you guys harass him in this video, we might be able to convince him to start making videos. Drop a comment, tell him he needs to start making more videos. Regardless, this guy, since I've known him, has been a peak physical specimen of a human. And you don't look like him by accident. So I thought to myself, bro, if there's anybody I know that can help me in the health department, it's this guy. So I shot him a text. I was like, bro, can we get on a call? And would you be interested in helping me not be the fat ass that I used to be? Okay. You are my official, if I was playing Halo, I've worked to get to the rocket launcher, and you're the rocket launcher now. So I have had a month on my own to try the best I can to literally entirely change my health routine. This has been years of trying to get back in shape. I finally have this race coming up, and then I'm like, okay, cool, this is the motivation I need. Brent broke it down pretty simply. We're not chasing long-term fitness here, we're shredding for race day weight. I was at 240 when this whole race thing started, yeah.
And then you were at 233 when you first contacted me, and you're 231 today?
Yeah, 231 point whatever, yeah.
Okay. And your problem is mainly accountability and your cheat days.
Yes. Basically, I needed someone to keep me from talking myself into some cheesecake.
Okay, so nutrition is obviously going to be a big lever that we can control in this. It sounds like for the most part, you've got it under control. It's just a matter of not letting yourself cheat day to day.
Right.
So that's why I'll be here. accountability. Every single morning I'll have you send a few screenshots of some stuff that you're tracking so that I can keep you accountable and make sure that we're still on track. For you, I want you to hit 2 strength workouts a week. Make sure you're hitting every single muscle group during that workout and going to failure so that the muscle is actually being challenged and worked. And then every single day, if you can, which you should be able to, I want you hitting 12. I want you hitting 12,000 steps. Okay.
12,000 every day. Okay. So that's the deal. 2 strength days, 3 treadmill sessions, 12,000 steps a day. Coach Brent activated. All right, so we got Brent locked down as the health coach guy for the challenge. Thank God. Now, him laying all that info out is going to be super helpful, but I think where Brent's going to be even more helpful is being that accountability partner, because if I know I got to be reaching out to somebody and they're going to give me feedback on what I'm doing, I'm going to work even harder at what I'm doing. And also, having someone that knows their stuff and I can get trustworthy answers from is going to be so helpful. I don't have to trust what I'm seeing on the internet. I can actually talk to somebody. Speaking of getting questions from a trustworthy person, it wasn't 2 hours after that phone call where I realized that I had been doing something wrong that had been sabotaging all of the work I had been doing the entire time when it came to calorie tracking. Coach, I can't call you coach, seriously. All right, I'm at my first dinner situation, and don't laugh at me, but something that I've done to remain consistent and help me is I don't count calories on raw fruits or vegetables. So, as an example, I'm probably gonna have 93.7 ground beef tonight with Brussels sprouts. Not counting the Brussels sprouts in my calorie counting app. Where are we at on that? Like, for me, it incentivizes me to eat more raw vegetables, and if I cook with them, obviously I'll count the oil, but where are we thinking with this? Also, please don't laugh if this is a really stupid question.
All right, so it depends on what food you're talking about and how much of it you're eating. If you're eating the same kinds of food every single day in the same amounts, then sure. But are you using it as an excuse to eat a tray full of fruit? Then it's probably going to work against you. You know, an apple is 150, 200 calories, whereas a handful of lettuce is only 15. So pretty negligible. If you don't track it, it's not a huge deal. In most cases, yeah, you could just not track things like vegetables. But in this case, where we're trying to dial everything in and figure out what you're actually burning and making sure we're still on track. If we don't know exactly what you're consuming, then we can't really make an educated decision on how much to consume. So please track it.
Alrighty, day 1 of 12,000 steps a day. We're on morning walk number 1. All right, guys, it's day 1 of trying to hit 12,000 steps a day. Did a walk this morning with Leo. Did a family walk after I got off work, and I'm currently at 11,000 steps, and we just put Leo to sleep. So I'm gonna go do 11,000 steps on a treadmill because I gotta start strong. So here's to hitting our goals. I'm exhausted. All right, gonna be 100% with you guys. I had my call with Brent earlier, and today's the first day that I'm supposed to add this custom workout that he built, which I'm very appreciative of. Today's a perfect day for this because it has been an absolutely exhausting day, and here's where I'm at. It's currently 6:37. My step count is 11,000, so I need 1,000 steps, and I gotta do this workout, and I gotta cook dinner. So I don't feel like doing any of this, but these are the days that I used to have, and I would get to this point, I would order food, and I would just play video games till the food got here and not do anything about it. So this is a perfect pivot point of I have to start accepting that this is the situation I'm at and do something about it. So chicken breasts are in the oven. While that cooks, I'm gonna go get this workout in. I'm gonna try my best to film it, and then I'm gonna walk my 1,000 steps. And when I get done with all that, food should be mostly cooked. So We'll see how it goes. Come on. We did it. Despite not wanting to or anything. Hope you guys can see that. 12,000 something or other. 12,200 on the dot. Look at that. And we got the workout in. So now I get to go see if my chicken's ready and eat and then desperately fall asleep. And do it all tomorrow. This week of getting 12,000 steps a day, I have noticed I am dramatically less hungry at night. I don't know if that's a thing, but I would have thought, I was kind of worried that I was gonna be more hungry at night. But the vast majority of the nights I'm like, all right, cool, let me make my 14 ounces of chicken breast and I'll put broccoli on the plate and I'll try to eat it. Like, that's very weird for me. Normally I'm like,
Yeah.
I would like half a cow and a rotisserie chicken and then I'm good, you know what I mean? Now, we joked around, but once I fixed my diet, the results started to show.
You're below 230 now, bro.
I am officially under 230. Yes, I consistently. I dipped and then I went up a day because I think that was like the wedding day or the day after the wedding day. So it was just like pure exhaustion, and then it went back down. So like I was telling Heather this, I've touched under 230 a lot of the times, but the only times that's happened before is when I've been playing around with like a 24 to 36 hour fast, which obviously you drop dramatically, and then the next time you eat anything, you're like, just kidding. Yeah. You know, and you go way back up. Seeing that number drop below 230 was wild. The consistency finally paid off. That being said, I'm be seeing you on Friday, so I have to travel all day.
In a couple days, I'll be putting you through the ringer.
Yeah. Now, as if rewiring my entire brain for this weight loss challenge wasn't enough, I decided I should do some traveling to see how hard I can make this on myself. Now, as part of the Aprilia Creator Grand Prix, I got an awesome opportunity to go to Moto America at Austin, Texas, and that track is sick. So I was crazy excited. I had never been there before. But after that excitement chills out a little bit, I realized, bro, how the hell am I supposed to keep up with all of these goals that I have with diet and the exercise while traveling? I have no idea how to do that. I had just gotten used to the heavy working out and the goals and the steps and all the stuff that I had to keep up with. I had just gotten used to that. Now I'm gonna get on a plane, fly to Texas, have all this random amazing food around me. What the hell am I supposed to do? If I mess this up, weeks of work are gone out the window, and as we've discussed, I don't have time to have giant setbacks. So the only thing I knew to do in this situation was message Brent. He happens to live in Texas. He's only a couple hours away. I was like, bro, I really need you on this. Can you come down for the Moto America weekend and help guide me on what to do, how to do, and just be there for the weekend? And luckily, he was available. Guys, look what a gracious coach Brent was today. He said I could have one. Thanks, I appreciate it. I get to at least have a taco, so that's cool. This is just video proof that we're getting our steps in Austin. So I can't look at the trees. As I look at this beautiful tree. 9,115. I'm not ending till I'm at 10. Even on travel days, people. Even on travel days. We're still doing it. God, this is such a shaky cam. I am so sorry.
All right, we're testing. This is day 2 of Texas trip. This is an official weigh-in.
You know how they say everything's bigger in Texas?
Well, not me, baby.
Yes!
Guys, we just came to the gym in the freaking hotel, and let me tell you, the room's not bad, but this gym is so much better than it needs to be. Also, they have a scale. What are we working on?
We are going to do a zone 2 workout on the treadmill for 30 to 45 minutes. I would say normally I do a 45-minute workout, but that'll put us at 9 o'clock. We still got a shower. And I kind of want to make him do some weights. Run through the 15-minute workout that we made.
I want to do nothing but weights. That's what I want to do.
This is true.
All right, my friends, behind me we have Circuit of the Americas. Today is the first day. We ended yesterday with 10,000 steps after a gorgeously fun jaunt around downtown Austin. So that means I gotta get 12,000 steps and I gotta get extra 2,000 so my average can stay 12,000. Apparently this track is huge, so I should not have a problem. Also, I'm just gonna listen to Brent all day with what I eat. We are currently fasting. This is good. Yep, there you go. So guys, we have like an hour and 45 until I gotta do like a Q&A thing. So to get more steps in, Brent, mean ass, has that, he's like, hey, we should go to the tower. And I'm just listening to whatever he says, so I'm like, sure, where's the tower? That's the freaking tower. We made it to the top of the tower. Look at that, there's red bars and a track. This is so worth checking out. Holy crap. Our time on the tower is over. We have to get back. We have an hour, so we're doing the steps the whole way down. Half the calories, double the steps. I'm so glad we chose to go down the steps and not up the steps. I would be dead. Guys, we've made it. It's the final week before the race. The race is literally in 1 week from today. So this is my final week to get any weight loss done. As of this morning, I'm currently at 224, and Brent and I were gonna do a call, but timing didn't work out. But he texted me a damn booklet of all the updates for this week. Stuff's getting intense. Okay, so our main things, dropping under 1,500 calories, so that's another 100 calories we're off. Nothing more than 40 grams of carbs. I'm supposed to drink 1.25 gallons of water throughout the day. And for the strength training stuff, he wants me to do one more workout today or tomorrow, but no more after that. Okay, so also, I had been doing kind of like chicken breast with ground beef like throughout this entire time just to make it easy. We're cutting the beef out. We are going just lean chicken breast. He gave me other options like lean chicken, lean turkey, and fish, and egg whites for like my main proteins. And then something interesting is the vegetables. So I'm a big broccoli guy, love the shit out of broccoli. But apparently we need to watch the fiber intake because fiber will hold on to water inside my body, and we're trying to get to that under 220 mark. Don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to try. So instead of like broccoli and cauliflower, which is kind of my go-to vegetables, Brent is saying spinach, zucchini, cucumber, mushrooms is what I'm kind of looking at for vegetable-wise. So yeah, our semi-official weigh-in is going to be when I go back to the track, but I'm thinking that this video is going to need to end the day before race day so I can really get a race day weight, because that is kind of what it's all about. So yeah, I have 1.4 thousand steps left to go today. I still got to cook dinner, still got to do the whole thing, but those are the updates for the final week. We're cutting all the bull crap. It is literally just, you know, it's the final countdown. Da-da-da-da. No, but it's about to get like, this stuff's about to get super serious this week. So there is throughout this entire time, there's like, I could have messed up and I make up for it, but like this last week has to be like picture perfect week. Everything has to be correct. So it's a little intimidating, but I've been doing good so far. So I'm hoping I can just kind of keep that momentum. So we'll see how the week goes. And 2 months later, we are here back at AMP. And guys, as you saw in the video, I had to dedicate the last month of my entire life to getting this weight loss goal hit. But the big question is, what do I currently weigh? As of this morning, I weighed in at 221.4 pounds, and with a starting weight of 242, that means over the last 2 months, I've lost 20.6 pounds, which I am so incredibly excited about. But the big question is, now that I've lost that weight, how does that translate to my lap times with the motorcycle? From the best I could tell with my onboard cameras the last time I was here, it seemed like my lap times around here was about 1 minute and 45 seconds or thereabouts. So I'm now curious, now that I weigh less, I've got my suspension done on the motorcycle by the guys at Andriani, I've got miscellaneous parts, I've got a tune, I've got an SC Project exhaust. What are my lap times going to be this time? And if they're better, how much better? Let's get on the bike, let's get on track, and let's find out. After a couple of laps to get both the tires and myself warmed up, it was time for my hot laps to see how fast I could get around AMP. To make things a little more interesting, they had an event going on, and the only session I would have to get these times down was this 20-minute session. Guys, I've put my times in and you're not gonna believe the outcome. So this was so nuts. I double checked all 4 of my representative times and I had to put it in ChatGPT because I was like, there's no way that's accurate. But based on me reviewing the footage on the Osmo that I had like trackside, I mean, I did 4 what I would call representative laps. You know, I did 1 or 2 warm-up laps, and then my last 4, I took the time from. First lap was, this is timestamps on the camera, because I just had the camera rolling. 14 minutes, 37 seconds to 16 minutes and 22 seconds. 1 minute, 45 seconds. Going back from that, 16:22 to 18:07. 1 minute, 45 seconds. 18:07 to 19:52. 1 minute, 45 seconds. And then the final lap, starting at 19 minutes, 52 seconds, and I went to 21, 1:37. I did 4 1 minute and 45 second laps exactly. That is so insane that every single lap is the same, because like every lap I'm trying something different, but the time is absolutely the same. Okay, quick update here. When I was reviewing this footage in the moment, I was going off the rough camera timestamps off my little tiny screen, so it was really hard to find the exact times, and I thought my lap times were identical. But once my editor pulled the official timestamps, it turns out I was actually faster. So my original best was 1:45.06, and this time around, I was 1:44.14. Now I know it's not a massive jump, but it is progress, and considering I'm down over 20 pounds and I only had 1 session on track, I will absolutely take the win. So here's my takeaways from this situation. Do I weigh a lot less? Yes. Is my suspension absolutely dialed for me? Yes. Do I have some modifications on the motorcycle that should help me more comfortably ride on it? Absolutely. But I am so novice of a track rider that the thing that's really gonna give me more time are not little mods that I'm putting on the motorcycle, not weight that I'm dropping off the bike. It's just time, it's skill, and that's where I'm at. So I think what I'm taking away from this is, if you guys want faster track times, if you want to go faster, you just need skill to get better. You don't need parts, you don't need to do stuff to your motorcycle, you need to do stuff to yourself. Now, part of that obviously was me losing the weight and everything, but I'm just kind of fascinated that that didn't lead to any time. Now, keep in mind, I did 5 laps total. If I was to stay here all day and really dial in the track, I could probably drop some time, but I think that's where I could really save the time, not necessarily doing stuff on the motorcycle. So I guess we all kind of learned something today. Also, I know I told you guys that I'd give you the final pre-race weigh-in in this video, but as you can see by that timestamp, this video is long enough already. So we're gonna have to put that on the next episode. So you guys are just gonna have to subscribe and watch episode 9 of the Aprilia Creator Grand Prix. Spoiler alert, it's even lower. I'll see you guys on that episode. There's all the codes for the video. Bye.